Hello frontliners, my name's Lornan. Let's go over our raiding guide. So to start us off, Mondays and Wednesdays are for our core raid team. Here's where we'd really like to push people. Thursdays and Fridays are a little nice breather with the rest of the guild, where we come together and have some bants. Please note that there is a transition period where Mondays become mythic, etc, the hard raids become harder, and the normal raids become heroic. This does add a few more rules into play. Other raiding opportunities include weekend events where I myself or officers will start raids around midday Saturday to clear older content. There's also talk of a second raid group that might be raiding on the weekend. So let's get right into it. Normal raids. So Thursdays and Fridays. Now guys, these are non-mandatory. Only people who have signed on the calendar will be invited, and there's a limit of up to 30 players. Now this is Blizzard's limit, it's not mine. Invites go out between 6:55 and 7 o'clock UK time, which is 5 minutes before the raid starts. So if you're on that time, you're going to get invited. If you miss the mass invite and the group is full, then we cannot invite more members unless your role is needed by the raid. These raids are 3 hours. They can be extended by 30 minutes if the raid agrees. On Thursday, no one is removed from the group for performance-related issues. If they are being a twat, they can still be removed. On Friday, once the first hour is up, anyone can be removed from the group for performance-related issues, or swapped out to make a better composition. Note that this only applies if the raid is struggling. So for the core raiders, on Monday and Wednesday, you are expected to be there, and on time. At least a day's notice would be nice. If you cannot make it, please inform an officer. Core raiders will have spots waiting for them. You may be asked to swap out, however, on a night for the following reasons. The composition needs to be changed. On Wednesdays only, once content is on farm, we would like to give 1 to 2 raider ranked players a try. If there are too many core players, they may have to sit out, but they will be guaranteed a spot the next week on a Wednesday for sitting out that week. There are 20 spots on Mythic. It's a 3-hour raid, and they can go on for an additional half an hour if the raid leader whims it. Now, please also know that if you can't make the extra half an hour, a raider ranked player from the guild will be picked up and we will continue. So the loot for the core players. This is how we roll on the Mondays and Wednesdays. So to roll, you're showing interest in the gear. In most cases, the highest roll will win. The raid leader has the power to overthrow any roll he feels, if it's a better upgrade for the team as a whole, or if loot is being distributed unevenly, as a member of the team has not received a piece of loot in a long time. Core raiders are expected not to throw tantrums when they win rolls and the gear has changed hands. If there is an issue with loot, report it to the raid leader during the raid calmly. Remember, at all times, we are a raid team. Loot for normal players. The highest roll will win. The only other variances are these. A raid member has received 2 to 3 pieces of loot, whereas another member has received 0 pieces of loot across both days. At this point, the raid leader can overrule a roll. Finally, specific reserved items will be added into the calendar entry of the raid, and it must be explained before the raid starts. In addition, the statement of reserved gear must be made by Monday and be agreed upon by all officers. Gear reservations cannot be made until Heroic opens up to all members of the guild. Once the raid moves into Heroic, Titan Forged gear will be linked by the raid leader, and names will be called out on Discord of who will be rolling. If none of the called out names roll for the gear, the loot will be rolled for normally. Thanks for listening.